This is ScreenView with Peter Van, Aimee Morgan, and John Denny. Fan us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at ScreenView Show, and join in on the conversation on Google+.
Hello and welcome to ScreenView episode 23. I have with me Jonathan Denny and Aimee Morgan. I am Peter Van. And how are you guys doing tonight?
We're good. We had a little break.
Yeah, we did. We had a little break. Of course, Aimee and I traveled to BotCon, which is the annual Transformers convention. This year it was in Texas, in Dallas.
Seems early.
It was, very early.
Usually it's like around spring break, so usually what happens is all the kids complain. They're like, I am studying for finals, because it is studying for like finals time, essentially.
I always thought it was in the summer.
The only time they do it in the summer is for the movie years.
Movie year?
Oh.
Yeah, so that they can amass more children and eat them. All right. Well, okay, so we will start with...
Who made the most money at the box office this weekend?
Movies, yes.
Movies.
I was playing the clip, John. Stop it. It's playing an audio clip.
Of what?
It's a voiceover. We got a clip guy. We got a guy doing clips for us. It's like audio
okay.
clips. Yeah. Yeah, so if I ever stop, don't talk. Shh.
That's not going to work. I thought you were having a stroke.
I can still come down, right, Peter?
You can't stop talking in the middle of a sentence.
I can still come down this weekend, right, Peter? Even if you have a stroke, I can just live there. You're like in a chair. Doesn't matter, right?
I know where you live.
So oddly enough, for two weekends in a row, a Steve Harvey book or a movie based on Steve Harvey's book, Think Like a Man, made it to the top of the box office because there's nothing else out, really.
Yeah, I was surprised that it was number one last week, but
yeah,
I'm still surprised it's number one. But I'm less surprised looking at what else came out, I guess.
Yeah,
I thought maybe the 5-year engagement would be closer to number one.
Yeah, it kind of bombed.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, it only made number 2 was the Pirates Band of Misfits, which is like a claymation movie.
It's a kids claymation movie based on kids books that are really written for adults. They are so funny.
Okay.
These books.
Why? What do you mean? Like, are they just like really raunchy or something, or what do you mean?
I mean, not raunchy, but it's like, it's just the comedy in it is stuff that like kids won't really get. At all.
Oh, that's good.
Like the parents will be like, that's really funny.
That's really fun humor. That's always good. All right, so number 3 is The Hunger Games, which is crazy. It's still made like $10 million.
Cool.
$372 million so far, just in the States. So it has made much more than that overseas for sure. It has made a total of $602 million worldwide, which is kind of crazy. The lucky one, I forget what movie this is about. Oh yeah, it's that.
What's his name? The Notebook.
Nicholas Sparks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy loses the girl, and he somehow finds the girl, and then they get back together, and then they grow old, and then he puts a rat in a box. Is that how it works? Wait, where'd the rat in the box? Oh, I'm sorry. That was The Green Mile. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is not the same movie.
I have no idea. Wow. I don't know where I got that from. So yeah, number 5 we were talking about for 5-year engagement.
What you're looking for is they find each other, then one of them goes away, or one of them has a sickness, and then they get better, and then one of them finds out that they're dying anyway, or the other one dies.
Wow. That's not so lucky, is it?
Those movies are so depressing.
Did you ever see any of these movies, Aimee?
I saw The Notebook.
This doesn't
No,
appeal to
I
you?
didn't.
These things, like these sad, depressing...
I don't
All
like
the
sad
books follow
movies.
the same. The movies follow the same like.
It's the same
step-
plot
step-
twist.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's either the guy or the girl finds out that they're gonna die at the end of the movie.
Or like the girl is sick, but then like with cancer, but then she goes into remission, but the guy dies, and it's like, all right, that's
What
depressing.
the heck did you get the? Why'd you call it the lucky one then? That doesn't
I don't
make
know if
sense
that's
to
that.
me.
I mean,
The past couple ones have been like that, though.
Oh, that's terrible! I don't want to watch a movie like that.
and like I don't know.
I'm really surprised you
People
haven't
like,
seen it.
Oh, The Notebook is such a great love story, but like at the
I
end, you're
heard
like,
enough
oh,
about
it's
the Notebook, and people
depressing,
said,
but
"Oh, this or that about the Notebook." That I said, oh, "Okay, I'll just avoid it."
Yeah. Does your wife like it, John? Did your wife like the movie?
yes, that's how I saw the movie.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
who was that girl that was in the movie?
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah. Carly hates her because of that movie.
What? Because of that movie?
Yeah, she's like, she sucks. I hate her.
She's a good actress. Wasn't
Yeah.
she in Sherlock Holmes?
She was in a whole bunch of movies, but she was like, I don't know if I'm going to really like this movie because Rachel McAdams is in it, and I hated her in The Notebook. I was like, oh, okay. All right, then. Number 5 is the 5-year
What a bit
engagement.
objective, Carly.
Well, yeah, I know, right? The number 5 is the 5-year engagement, which was that Jason Segel movie, which came out this weekend, but in 2,900 theaters and only made $10 million. It's pretty.
Yeah, it only cost $30 million to make, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Only, but I mean,
Right.
that's not a
hopefully
lot.
make its way back.
It'll make that back easily.
Safe, the Jason Statham movie, which is like the mechanic, but he's a safe man or something like that. I don't know. Number 6 came out
My
also.
parents saw that movie. They really enjoyed it.
Really? I mean, it's a Jason Statham movie. If you
Yeah.
pretty much, you know, it's a Jason Statham movie. If you know
Right.
that it's not going to be like a deep movie, then hey, you'll be fine.
I'll probably eventually see it on DVD because Steph is in love with Jason Statham.
Right? It's her boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Because what movie did you see recently?
But what one was he in? Oh, The Killer Elite.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let us know how it goes.
Yeah, when it comes out in 6 months.
Number 6 is, or number 7 is The Raven. I have not heard anything about this movie.
It's a quote-unquote horror movie starring John Cusack as Edgar Allan Poe. And somebody is killing people in the way that people die in Edgar Allan Poe's stories.
Interesting.
I don't understand the draw for this movie. I mean, I guess if you're a horror movie person.
Yeah, I guess. It was directed by the same guy who did V for Vendetta, so maybe it's good. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, no, Raven, 21% Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, fantastic. Moving along, number 8, Chimpanzee, which is pretty much what you believe it to be. Number 9, The Three Stooges, and number 10, The Cabin in the Woods, which seems to be holding on quite all right.
That's a pretty decent horror movie.
Yeah, I heard it was a pretty decent horror movie. It's actually produced by Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon. So.
Joss Whedon.
And this is the part. This is the part where we usually talk about movies that are opening this weekend, but none are at all.
Of course not.
None are opening this weekend. Not even, except for, of course, if you count the Avengers.
Yeah.
Why would anything else open up against that?
Right. Exactly.
I wouldn't. It'd be like, the Avengers coming out this weekend? No, we're not gonna.
You would just leave it for
just
like a couple weeks, you know. But right now, so apparently the Avengers is being very well received overseas, as well as critics-wise. It currently stands at 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, which when I've been seeing clips,
after all, is it?
yeah, when I've been seeing clips, I've been like, oh, I don't know how it's gonna work like cohesively, but 93%, that's pretty insane.
There are definite questions that need to be answered before it goes right into the action.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
At the end of Thor, they couldn't get him back to Earth.
Right.
So how could they get him to Earth?
Okay, so yeah. Well,
Yeah.
how is it that he's there? Yeah.
They probably built a new one. They borrowed the space bridge from Transformers.
Somehow fixed
It was
it.
destroyed.
They borrowed the space bridge Transformers.
Maybe the humans were able to figure it out.
Yeah, Iron Man.
But
But
the
the
only
whole-
human who knows it, the only like 2 or 3 humans that know it exists are
That girl,
Kat
Jane?
Dennings and what's her face who's not in the movie?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
yeah,
Whatever.
Jane.
Yeah, Jane.
Her name was Jane.
Is Kat Dennings gonna be in the movie? Do we know?
I doubt it.
Oh, damn. All right. Anyway,
She's busy with TV.
yeah, that's true. So in case you didn't know, the film has already made $218 million overseas, and is on.
Dollars?
What's that?
American dollars?
Yes, this is all American dollars, not yen,
Wow.
not
It could have been
RMB.
euros.
No.
I would have said it's already past 500 million.
Yeah, exactly. And it is on pace to hit 500 million by Sunday.
Nice.
So, it's going to be ridiculously they're just going to make a lot of money. It's going to be crazy. And it opens this Friday, and we will go see it. Hopefully, we will all hopefully go see it.
Trying
and
to.
we will talk about it next time.
Yes.
Okay.
They've already started putting out information about Iron Man 3,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows that there's going to be an Iron Man 3 and a Thor
Right.
2 and a Captain America 2,
Yeah.
but it's like, I don't know. Keep it. I would like if they like try to keep that stuff kind of under wraps, so it's like a mystery if the heroes are going to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I guess you can kind of believe that. I mean, Iron Man is not going to die, right? Do you think they would
Well, of
actually
course
kill
not,
off Iron
but
Man?
that's not the point. There's got to be
Right.
some element of keeping
Suspense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Not that it's not going to take me out of the movie. Like, so I'm not going to sit there and say, "Who cares?" I already know how it's going to end. That's not the
Yeah,
point.
that's true. Yeah, Iron Man 3 will be out, what, next year, is it?
Yeah, they started casting people for the movie. Ben Kingsley is going to be the villain,
Really
whoever that's going to be.
interesting. He's going to be the Mandarin, right?
Maybe. I don't know. They haven't really said.
Totally
I mean,
makes
I
sense.
assume,
Totally makes
but they
sense.
haven't really said anything.
Okay, so moving along, the Hunger Games. Remember we were talking about that a couple weeks back. The Hunger Games, or Catching Fire, at least, didn't have a director anymore because Gary Ross left because of scheduling issues and this and that. And they finally hired Francis Lawrence, who who directed I Am Legend and Constantine.
Right.
So he'll be doing Catching Fire. And essentially, they're going to try to shoot by August and then get into post-production before January because 20th Century Fox wants Jennifer Lawrence for that movie. Even though most people believe that they're not going to make that start date anyway, but Fox is the bigger bully, so they can do whatever they want.
Who is Lionsgate owned by?
Lionsgate.
Oh,
They're
they're
Lionsgate's over
independent.
Lionsgate.
Yeah, it's their own thing.
I thought they used to be owned by somebody, didn't they?
I don't think so. I think Lionsgate, it was one of those like they always it's like a small distributor and they just started their own thing. Let's
think of something else. Relativity was owned by somebody else. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah. They did a lot of co-financing and co-partnership with Relativity Media.
Right.
No, it doesn't appear that they were owned by anyone.
No.
It's a guy. He's just an investment banker. He's like, I'm going to start my own studio. Sounds like a good idea. It's been around since 1986.
Are you looking at Wikipedia too?
I am. This thing has been around since 1986. I didn't hear about Lionsgate until The Punisher. Truthfully.
No, they did a lot. Like, didn't they do Blade also?
I don't know. It's pretty. I didn't really know much about that when I watched the Blade series.
I remember when I had a friend in college who would go see every Lionsgate movie because they're like, oh, it's going to be great, Lionsgate.
All All right.
All right.
Okay. All right. So we are going to move on to trailers, and
Hey, I just finished watching them.
and and for that, for initial reactions of the Dark Knight Rises trailer, which came out, I will push it to John Denny.
Oh, I'm starting.
Yes.
Who is Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing? Am I supposed to know who that is?
I don't think you're supposed to know.
Uh-oh.
Or is he?
We're gonna have to go to the wiki.
Yeah.
back
To the
Wikipedia.
wiki. Wasn't there like
Um,
a rumor that we saw earlier that like
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember what it was, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Aw.
He
John
plays-
Blake.
yeah, I was gonna read. I read Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and then I lost my spot, and then I read Miranda Tate, and I was like, wait, what? That
Okay.
doesn't sound like him at all. But yeah,
Um,
John Blake. Some unbeknownst.
No, yeah. I mean, what can I say? I'm definitely gonna go see it. There's nothing that. As I was watching the trailer, I forgot who the female interest in the movie was gonna be. I was like, well, they killed her off. Maybe it'll just be like straight action. And then they showed what's her face?
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway
Yeah.
as Catwoman. I was like, oh, that's right. But it, like, at least it's not gonna be like a damsel in distress. Hopefully.
Yeah.
You know what I
Why
mean?
not?
Hopefully
She's a little
not.
bit more of a, I can take care of myself.
Right.
She's definitely more of a fighter. Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. I mean, I have a feeling that I know how it's going to end. But
You
for
mean
fear of, I don't want to ruin it for anybody by saying what I think.
is that based on? I mean, you know, you can predict. It's not a big deal. It's not gonna.
Well, just watching the way the movies went, and like the overall theme of the movies, I think that the only thing that can happen at the end is Bruce Wayne dies.
And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt becomes the new Batman.
Perhaps. I mean, seriously, the whole first movie is like, oh, you can't kill an idea. If I become a Batman, then I can't be killed. And it's
Interesting.
like, okay. And then in the second movie, he's like, it's not about who I am. It's about, you know, what the Batman is. And right now, Batman needs to be a bad guy. So I'm going to be the bad guy. And now it's like, you know, I'm going to give whatever it takes to save this city. And like, okay, I think that's pretty much, you know, in my mind, that's like, okay,
Right.
Bruce Wayne is going to die, and maybe someone else will pick up the Batman mantle.
Right.
Or maybe there won't be a need for the Batman in Gotham, in Christopher Nolan's Gotham after this movie. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
I don't understand. I mean, obviously all this stuff's going to be put out in the movie, but is it assumed that everyone knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman?
I don't think so. It doesn't seem like they've put out that yet.
No, I don't think it
Because-
is either.
It seemed like Anne Hathaway knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well,
she's a smart kitty, so she'll probably figure it out.
She's a smart kid.
That was
Really?
not. That was
Really?
not. Actually, I
Really?
did not mean to do that. That had nothing. That had nothing to do with it. That pun was not intended at all.
Obviously, Bane knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Because he's a smart guy. He's a smart
smart
kitty.
dude.
He's a smart
He's
kitty.
smart, strong guy.
Yeah, he's a smart,
He's a
strong,
strong
muscle,
guy.
face mask
It
guy.
seemed that
He's a strong bad guy.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman. And this is all a speculation that I see from the trailer. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, they're like,
Obviously,
did they
Michael
kill him?
Caine and Lucius Fox know that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Right, because Lucius Fox is a smart guy.
Well, he also outfitted him with everything.
That's true. That's true.
So it's like, I don't know, is there a mystery that people don't know? Or maybe he was like, you know, there's strong rumors that hint that Bruce Wayne is Batman, so everyone's just like assuming that in the
Well-
public. I'm using Joseph Gordon-Levitt as like he's the public, because
Right.
he's not like a superhero. Doesn't seem to be anyone overtly important as from the trailers.
Right, right. But they do show him a bit.
No. Well,
Show him like
obviously
3 or
he's
4
gonna
times
be
already,
important in the movie,
Right, right.
but I'm just using him as this is what the public in that Gotham is.
Right.
Like, so I don't know. Of all the main characters, maybe the only one that doesn't know that Bruce Wayne is Batman is Gary Oldman, and I have a hard time believing that.
Right. Yeah. I don't think Joseph Gordon-Levitt knows.
Okay. I mean,
maybe he's
that's
specifically mentioning Batman. I don't know.
right. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna see it. I can't wait. When does it come out? Actually,
June 20th.
really? That's
July 20th. I'm sorry, July 20th.
July. Wow. Okay.
Right in the middle of the summer week. Right in the middle of summer. There's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out this year. So
I'm excited for it. I haven't really paid too much attention to the trailers because they haven't really been on TV.
this is the first full trailer that's come out, I believe.
This is the third trailer, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right. No, is it? I guess it is.
Yeah. There've been other trailers before that one.
That have been that long? That have been like full scale
At least
trailers?
one.
I don't
think
think
can't
so.
list it as a third trailer if the other ones have been teasers.
That's true.
That's
That's true. It does.
anyway.
It does say number 3, doesn't it?
I will get more and more excited as they put it on TV. The trailer's on TV.
Right. Well, it just came out like yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
So,
I understand
there's
that.
still
But
time.
what I'm saying is, like, I was having a conversation with Steph yesterday and got distracted because there was an Avengers trailer on.
Right. Well, we're gonna see it. We'll see.
I know.
The Dark Knight Rises trailer will be there.
I'm not saying like, oh, I don't know. I have to see this because I don't know when I'm going to be able to see the movie. It's like I can't pay attention to what I'm doing when that's on TV right now.
Well, that trailer will be attached to the Avengers, so
Yes, I did see that.
you can definitely see it.
So I can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome. And I think everyone knows that Christopher Nolan is wrapping it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said.
So-
Yeah, right at the end, it's like this is going to end. The legend will end. So
Well,
Very
plus
interesting.
I think in the one teaser trailer it said the final chapter. In
Yep.
Christopher Nolan's Batman.
yeah, exactly. Even like the poster showed that too.
yeah.
So
It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
well, Amy, anything that you would like to add to what you thought?
Yeah, I figure it'll probably be just as good as the last ones because it's the same dude that's directing it. Same Batman, all that stuff. I'm not really giving it much expectation just because as long as it doesn't like make it worse than what I've already seen, I'll be like, all right, cool. I'll go see the Dark Knight Rises. We'll see.
All right.
I know a lot of people have a problem with Christian Bale. I actually kind of like him. I think he's fine. Yeah, he does the whole "I'm Batman" and all that stuff. People say, "Oh, I can't tell what he's saying," but
No, he's fine. I can understand him perfectly.
I'm all right. Okay,
I think he's fine.
He's such a dark, shady character as it is. I'm like, you know what? I'm not.
He's so believable as a dark, shady character because in real life he's a dark,
is
shady.
believable as a dark, shady character. So he's got the whole voice thing down and the dark, glaring looks. So I'm like, okay, all right. I guess I can
Go
believe
watch
that.
the movie Newsies.
The news.
Have you ever seen the movie
that
Newsies?
was- yeah, I have.
like
It's been a while though.
It's like a musical
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
about like old newspaper boys, and Christopher Bale's one of them.
Oh my
Christian
God.
Bale's one of them.
Ooh. Oh man.
It's so fun. It's
That's
like
crazy.
totally the opposite of what he became in his adult life.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, completely
Um,
different.
Do you think it will matter if they never mention the Joker?
I don't think so.
Didn't they get rid of him? I can't remember.
No,
What
he
did
lived.
die?
He lived.
He did die.
I don't know. They might.
He did die. It's 8 years later. That's why
Yeah.
it doesn't.
They put him in
movies
Arkham
do a secret no
Asylum.
matter what.
It's
But a
been
lot of
8
people-
years.
A lot of my friends leaving the theater said, well, this is before they had done anything for this movie. Heath Ledger died. What are they going to do for the Joker in the next movie? Obviously, he's still alive. So is the 8 years later forefront, is that like saying, okay, this is way after, so the Joker is not in our minds anymore? Is that
Yeah.
good enough?
Maybe they'll reference. It's like I've put Joker back in jail like Arkham like 3 times already or something.
Every time he broke out of jail, I put him back in.
Yeah. I don't think they're
The end.
yeah, exactly. And roll credits. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. I don't think. I think they.
I don't think that people will care too much as they're leaving the theater.
Yeah.
But after like a couple hours, they'll be like, "Oh, wait a second. They never said anything about the Joker."
Yeah.
So
It's 8 years later. Why would he even be relevant if he didn't start all of the stuff that's going on in this story?
Maybe.
I mean, the way that they had left it at the end of the last movie. Listen, I don't have to tell you guys anything, but fanboys are fanboys.
Right.
Yeah,
And
true.
if it's not wrapped up in a neat little package, then someone's gonna be upset.
Right. It has to be messy.
Upset is like a strong word, but it's like, listen, if they don't say anything about the Joker, someone's gonna come out a week later and be like, "It was good. It was a really good movie, but they kind of left that whole Joker thing unanswered."
Yeah. Anyway, they can.
I don't know. I'm completely fine with the idea that he's probably been incarcerated in some sort of, someplace. Yeah, he's been, whether or not he was dead or not, as long as it doesn't, I don't know. Maybe I'll go and watch, that movie first before I go watch this one, and then I'll go, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think.
I don't understand.
I think it'll be fine because they're already because they already have 2 new main characters that if they do talk about the Joker, it should just be like a throwaway line. Because if they try to put that in, if they try to bring him into anything, it's gonna become like Spider-Man 3.
Right, but I don't think that they're gonna put too much emphasis on it if they mention it at all.
Right.
But I'm just curious if they're gonna even mention it.
Well, if there's been 8 years, well, what about all the other bad guys he's caught over the last 8 years? Does he need to reference them too?
Yeah. Maybe the Joker is Bane. He was in Arkham Asylum and then he got
away
jacked.
and he came back as Bane.
Yeah, exactly.
The makeup off and put a thing over his face.
Yeah, and he got jacked, and he became Tom Hardy somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, so next trailer that we have is this one is coming out next month. Is GI Joe Retaliation.
Yeah.
I
did not watch this trailer yet.
Oh.
I think I saw it on TV actually.
Saw just
Probably.
a really fast version while you guys were, talking in the background, so I didn't really hear everything, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think at first the first trailer I was actually not impressed at all in the first trailer, and then I saw it again, and then now I saw this and I'm like, wow, this is I'm actually interested in this one, so it should be interesting. I like the things that I like how they kind of did like a soft reboot, but at the same time they didn't do a reboot. And
yeah.
so it'll be cool. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be a good movie, and it's definitely gonna be better than the first one because the first one.
I wasn't too dissatisfied with the first one, to be honest. I thought the first one was pretty good. I mean, I saw it the same, because it came out around the same time Transformers 2 came out, and this one actually had a plot.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I can't be knocking it. It was better than Transformers, hands down.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome.
Good. Even if it was a little slow in a few places, they gave it a story. They gave me a reason to care about some of the characters, and it had a point. Whereas Transformers, I was completely disappointed with. So, I'm kind of sad that they're killing off the old cast to put in a new cast. But hey, if they can make it work.
They kill off the entire old cast?
From what it looks like.
Not all of them. The only ones that pretty much come back are Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, Duke, and the President.
Duke is what's his face?
Channing Tatum. Yeah.
Right. He's still in it.
Yes, but
Steph was like, I don't think he's gonna be in it.
No, he's in it.
Not very long.
No, he's in it. He doesn't die.
Or whatever. Yeah, he's gonna die.
No, he doesn't. He's through the whole movie. He's alive.
Which one?
They don't show him
Channing
in the
Tatum?
later
Okay,
clips
we'll
after.
We'll find out. How's that sound?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Oh, definitely, yeah. They don't show him a whole lot in the later clips of the trailer.
But they got rid of Scarlet to bring in Lady J.
Yeah.
They got rid of a couple other guys and brought in, obviously they brought in The Rock, who was not in the first one, obviously.
Got rid of Damon Wayans or whatever one it was.
Yeah. I always think it was weird. Every time I see this trailer, though, I think it's weird that they brought Jonathan Pearson, who is British, to play an American president.
Oh, Jonathan Price.
Sorry, yeah. For some reason, I was like, they couldn't find a guy that was good that was American. Like, I don't know.
He's a good actor though. He's been around a long time.
No, he's a good actor. He's definitely a good actor. I won't fault that part, but it's just weird. I mean, it's a little confusing that he is, there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could have gotten anyone really. I mean, just like a middle-aged guy.
Yeah, but apparently he plays a big thing here though. So.
Yeah, and for this one especially, he's got to pretend to be
he's
a
Zartan,
younger guy.
right?
It takes a lot of skill and acting to pull that off. To act as the president,
Yeah.
who is being played by someone who is 25 years younger.
Right.
Because the guy who played Zartan was, like a 20-year-old guy.
Right.
Right. Oh no. Oh yeah. I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I got confused by Destro, but he's not in this anymore.
No. Okay. So very good. So we will jump into.
It's review time.
Oops, that's not what I meant.
Oops.
For those viewing the video, please forget what I just did. It is before we jump into reviews, we will talk quickly about television.
Real quick though, I just want to say I can't wait for Prometheus. I think it's gonna be an awesome movie.
Oh yeah. Prometheus, which
We
is.
don't have to go into it. I just want to say it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. What was it supposed to be, like the Aliens prequel, but then it turned into something else?
Denying that it's a prequel to Aliens, but there are
aliens that look like aliens.
striking similarities, like
Come on, man. Yeah.
same set pieces from the movie Alien.
Yeah, and it's Ridley Scott, so I mean, like,
Yeah.
Right.
he can't help
Come on.
himself.
Try to lie to us. We're not stupid.
Yeah, we're not dumb,
Like,
man.
I've seen like maybe one trailer and I'm already sold on it just seeing that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It'll be interesting. It'll definitely be good. So this is something that we can all be happy about, and we will definitely talk more about this when the season is over. But Fringe has a 5th and final season.
I couldn't believe that.
I know.
Really? You're gonna give us another season?
One 13-episode
Nice.
season so it's going to be like final fifth
What?
and final season of 13 episodes.
We were watching the latest episode, and Steph asked how many episodes are left this season, and I was like, I don't know, like
There's
3 or 4 maybe, and I looked
2.
it up on Wikipedia. There's only 2 left,
There's
and then
2.
at the bottom it said it was renewed the day before that.
Yep.
For another
Wow.
season. I was like, wow, another season.
Yeah, I didn't expect it.
But still.
Yeah, it's 13 episodes, which is enough to make, because in this past season a lot of stuff has happened, except for they still had like the Fringe event of the week. So hopefully 13 episodes are just gonna wrap all that crazy stuff up and get it over with.
I know we're not going to get into too much about Fringe, but I don't understand the one episode where they went into the future.
It was similar to a couple seasons previous where they also went into the future and showed a different perspective of it.
Yeah.
But like at the time, they hadn't renewed for another season.
Oh yeah, it was definitely throwing me off. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I was like, they have so much to wrap up, and this is putting more questions in there.
Yeah.
I don't understand where this is going. And
Maybe that's why they have another 13 episodes.
I thought that they were going to wrap it up by the end of the episode, and the end of the episode, it was like nothing, and then they went back to the regular time period. And I was like, what the heck?
Yeah. They find out, that was crazy. I was like, what is happening? It was weird, for sure. But I think they've done it before, though.
Right. Okay.
So you don't have to be too scared about that. They've definitely actually there was an episode called The Future that aired in its 2nd season, I think. Yeah, the 2nd season. It went into the future. And I think, maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, they have done it before. So it's just showing like, because you remember how like the Observer was like alternate, futures and stuff like that. That's just showing one future.
Right.
Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, 13 episodes, fun stuff. NBC, I just want to say, as a person who doesn't have cable, NBC is pulling some crazy crap. They will be live streaming. You should be really happy about this. A lot of people were really pissed about the Olympics being tape delayed. It's like 4-hour block of Olympics. You see 3 hours and 45 minutes of Bob Costas' face, and another 15 of actual sports, with Bob Costas like voicing over them and stuff. It's crazy. But they're going to live stream every sport live, because that's what live stream is, right?
Yeah, that would be live stream.
Yeah. For free. Free!
Yay! Free! We like free.
Except for you must have a cable
free.
or satellite TV subscription.
You must have what?
You must have a cable or satellite television subscription.
So it's free for me.
So it's free for you if you pay $60 a month or more for television.
Okay. I don't get it.
Neither do we.
It's free for people who already pay for Comcast.
Yeah, because Comcast obviously wants your money.
Right.
Oh, so it's only if you have Comcast, because I don't.
Not necessarily only if you have Comcast, right?
No. It's cable.
NBC Cox.
Yeah, it's cable.
I'm not going to be able to.
No, you'll get it because it's cable. It's cable or satellite. Obviously, Comcast.
I don't have the 50 bazillion channel flavor.
I only say
have
Comcast because that's a big provider up here.
Well, Comcast also owns NBC. So
yeah, that too.
They obviously can't just say, if you're Comcast, then you get it for free. Right. You can watch it.
I don't know how they're going to do that. You're going to be able to say, hey, I've got cable. See?
You're going to have to somehow plug in your TV account number or something like that. They're going to figure out a way.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. It's going to be annoying.
Who is going to sit there and watch live, I don't know. I get enough of the Olympics, watching Olympics when they're aired. I'm not going to sit in front of my computer and wait for them to, where are the Olympics? In London?
Mm-hmm.
England this year.
So I'm gonna stay awake until 1 o'clock in the morning because it'll be in the afternoon then, or whatever the time.
It'll be in the morning. It's only 5 hours, John. It's not gonna be that
7.
It's 5. Well, 5 for us. 5 for the East Coast.
5 for you guys.
Yeah, 5 for the East Coast. They won't be that bad. But it's crazy.
The point is, I'm not gonna sit up until all hours of the morning.
Why not? Don't you want to see that Taekwondo match?
I don't care. And that's not even true. I care, but I don't care enough to watch it live. I can wait.
Well, you could watch it when you're at work or something, I don't know.
Just in case you're really bored,
But
it's there. It's available for you.
The Olympics are going to be in China or Australia at this time period. That would mean that I would be watching it live, but it would have already happened yesterday.
Right. You'd be going forward in time to watch the event. Yeah. Okay. But still, it's some people do want to watch the live stream because some people like to watch swimming or diving or, croquet or something like that. And
Olympic swimming. That's one of the things I'm going to watch.
Yeah, exactly. So you can watch that live when it hasn't happened.
Enough live. I care enough. Okay, it's on. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I think some people just want to watch all of it. There are some people who just want to watch all of it.
I don't think that there's enough people that were going to watch it live streamed to justify that. I don't think there's enough people who are going to say...
Maybe they're just going to try it out this year and see if they're actually going to do it, if it's worth their while to do something like that.
I don't think that there's enough people that are going to say, I don't have cable, but I care enough to watch the Olympics to pay $60 a month for cable so I can watch it live. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but obviously it's to punish people like me who don't pay for cable or
let me give
satellite,
you an analogy.
Right?
I was driving up the Jersey Turnpike today, and there was a billboard put up by a church that said, evolution is not real. Now, what is the benefit of that? Who was driving up the Jersey Turnpike saying, I wish someone would tell me whether or not evolution was real? I don't think there's a large enough people that are going to fall for this. Okay, I'll pay $60 so I can watch it for free on the internet.
Well, people, it's essentially rewarding people who, pay for cable or satellite.
But it's got to cost them something, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, it obviously costs them something to run all this. It's obviously going to cost them like servers and bandwidth and stuff like that. But
Like, I assume some kind of employees to check up on everything.
oh yeah. I mean, well, there's already going to be people there. Like all the things are recorded anyway. There's commentary for most of it anyway. It's just that I mean, this is going to be a big. It'll take on a lot, but I think where was the Winter Olympics? Vancouver.
Yes.
Vancouver. Yes, Vancouver. So that year they live streamed like 20 of them or something versus all of them this year. So they're just ramping it up. So they previously already had a crew that was working on it. So now they're just kind of ramping it up.
All right. I mean, if that's they want to do that, I don't see the benefit of it. To them, I don't think there's going to be. I guess if they get one person to do it, then it's a success.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that because I would rather do that than see Bob Costas' face. Because you should be able to watch the events like afterwards as well. They'll have them like, archived.
Bob Costas doesn't do anything but commentary between the matches. He doesn't.
Yeah, and it's annoying.
So you change the channel.
But I want to watch the Olympics. I don't want to. I don't know. I think you see it on one side, I see it on the other. I think that it's a great benefit because I would like to avoid.
You're gonna have to pay for cable to get it.
I'm not going to pay for cable to get it.
So exactly. So you're not gonna get it.
I'll just download it or something. I don't know. Unfortunately, I have to watch.
We're seeing it from the same side. You just are skipping a step where you have to pay.
If I had cable, I would be happy. I obviously do not have cable, so I am not happy. As Aimee tunes out, she's like, "I'm done."
Yeah, sorry. I'm at the point where I'm like, you know what?
No, it's okay. Well, another NBC property, Hulu will also probably move towards that same model. So if you want to watch Hulu, which is ad-supported, for shows that don't go on there until like a week or two afterwards anyway, you will have to pay for cable first. So same lines, same idea.
So if you're paying for cable, why would you? I don't get this stuff.
I don't know. You'd have to pay for the DVR or something. I don't know. Nobody watches Hulu anyway.
If you're paying for cable, then wouldn't you just watch the shows?
Well, if you miss them, then you'd have to watch it on Hulu or something. If you want to do it legally. I mean. Anyway.
I don't understand this.
I don't know. Comcast is trying to rape you of money. That's all they're trying to do.
It's review time.
So that means that John is going to get to talk about Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
All right. So Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy is a book originally written in the 70s, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about the British intelligence, quite the opposite of the James Bond side of things. It is literally a bunch of old guys sitting around a table saying, the communists are out to get us. What information do we have on them? And basically, they have a mole in their organization, and they don't know who it is. Gary Oldman is the main character. He gets fired like a year previously to the actual story taking place. But the government comes to him separately and says, we think we have a mole. Can you find out who it is? And the title, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, comes from I read up on it. Comes from a poem, I believe.
Okay.
But in the story, there are 5 suspects of who the mole is, and they're named by the one they call Tinker, one they call Tailor, one they call Soldier, one they call Butcher, and one they call something. No, it's not Spy.
Oh, I was like, Spy? It makes perfect sense, right?
I know, right? But when I was watching the movie, he was like, here are 5 suspects. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, and I was like, Spy, and he was like, Butcher, and I was like, all right, what the heck?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's very, you have to, it sucks you in. I mean, you have to pay attention to it. There's not a whole lot of like twists and turns or like jumps or whatever, but if you're not paying attention to it, then you can easily get lost and be like, I don't understand what's really going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Who are these people? Why are they talking to that person? I thought that guy got killed. It kind of jumps around a lot without you knowing it.
Okay.
And then you realize after the fact that it was looking into the past.
Okay.
Excuse me. Tom Hardy is in it, which surprised me.
He's in everything nowadays, isn't he?
Yeah. And he's got like a bright blonde wig. I don't think that's his real hair from the movie.
Oh.
A lot of older British actors, obviously. Gary Oldman is in it. John Hurt is in it.
Who's not
he's
British?
He's known as Hellboy's father.
John Hurt's not British, is he?
You're thinking of William Hurt.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind.
William Hurt is not British. John Hurt is very British.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's right. And he was British in the Hellboy movie too.
Yes. A couple other guys who I've seen them in a zillion places, but I don't know what their names are.
Colin Firth.
Colin Firth is in it. Yeah.
Who's also known as the King's Speech guy.
Right. Yeah. It's really good. Like I said, pay attention. If you pay attention to it, it's a really good movie to just sit and watch. If you get easily distracted, or if your kids are going to be running around a lot during the day, or you trying to watch a movie, maybe you should wait for another time to watch it.
Okay.
But it's definitely worth seeing, and it was up for Best Picture of the Year.
Yeah.
I could see why it was.
And it also gave Gary Oldman his like first nomination or something, right? Or first leading actor nomination?
Maybe leading actor, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was his first leading actor nomination.
I could see why there was nothing that stood out about it, so I could see why it didn't win Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it was a different year, maybe there was only 5 movies. If it was up against other pictures, I could see that winning Best Picture. It reminded you a lot of, like, if you saw The King's Speech and you were like, okay, like, it's that kind of thing where it's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
You know, it's that kind of thing. So definitely worth watching. I would suggest you see it.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you.
Cool.
Very much. And next one will. Aimee saw you quickly since you said that there's not really much to talk about. But the Expendables, yeah.
Well, I kind of said that this was like
about.
this is kind of like makes Michael Bay's like explosions look like parlor tricks. Yeah, it kind of did.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was fun. It had a little bit more of a plot than most Michael Bay movies.
Yeah.
But it was a guy's movie, you know, like one of those movies that, you know, at the end, you know, he saves a girl. She was pretty and all that. That was great. But, like, he doesn't necessarily hook up with her. It was like he did it all for the damsel in distress.
He did it all for the money. That's what he did it for.
Or that too. Well, at first he did it for the money, and then it was like, we got to go back for the girl. Yeah. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fun. I was like, okay, that'll work.
I love this movie.
This movie was pretty awesome.
Fun. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's the best movie ever, but it was fun.
No, it was definitely one of those movies that you expected, though. Like, it was a summer movie, and it had Sylvester Stallone, and it was like, you know exactly what you're getting.
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
kind of felt like
star, I believe.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren. It had Jet Li. It had all the actors, you know, action actors that you would expect in big action pieces, and they were all in one movie together. You kind of knew what was
intense because of that. I was like, you know.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, the guy that like betrayed them in the end, they were still hanging out together. I thought, okay, this is definitely a guys' movie where, you know what, we get outside, we have a punching match, we get it out, and then we're back to friends again. It was just perfect.
Yep.
You just had to laugh at it didn't try to be too serious. It was just like, it was what it was. And it didn't make any excuses for what it was. So,
yeah,
this was, I very much kind of, it felt like, this is the guys movie,
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was wonderful that way.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy that, as you know, as most people who've seen the movie know that they're going to make a second one.
Yep.
And there were cameos by Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the first one, but they're in the actual, like, they're billed now, so they're actually been brought back. In addition to that, they've added. It's just crazy.
And they do more than just have a scene together. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So this movie is. So they've added a bunch of other people that you would have expected from like the '80s movies, which include Chuck Norris, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and so it's just like all these. They already previously, had Sylvester Stallone, like we were saying, Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, who hadn't made a movie for like 15 years or whatever. And then they bring in, Chuck Norris and Jean-Claude Van Damme, who also haven't made movies in quite a while, and they brought him out of retirement somehow. So this movie is definitely going to be like a lot bigger than the first one for sure.
Bigger, better, faster, stronger, right?
Yeah, and it only cost another $20 million to make.
Awesome.
Which is crazy.
I mean, $10 million for Jean-Claude Van Damme and $10 million for Chuck Norris.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was like $19.5 million for Chuck Norris and like 200 for Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger were like, we're rich anyway, we'll take the extra, whatever money is left. Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, yay, 200 grand, I have money. So. Okay, cool. That'll definitely be huge. I think that leads us into our semi-topic. It's kind of tiny of a topic.
It's time for the topic.
But we can talk about old people making a start or comeback into the movie industry. Old people. Mm-hmm. Like the ones that come to my mind are obviously these guys that we just listed in the Expendables 2. As well as the guy who won for Best Supporting Actor this year, Chris Plummer.
Christopher Plummer?
Yeah, Christopher
When did he start acting?
He's really old.
Yeah, he's been in a ton of stuff too.
But he hasn't.
He's been around for a while.
I don't think he. Yeah. But I don't think he got a lot of. No, I mean he's making a comeback.
He's never been nominated for an Oscar before.
Exactly. So he was always like in the background. People were like, "Oh my God, Christopher Plummer's so good," blah blah blah. But he finally got like a big kick, because he was in this movie called The Beginners, and he was nominated and he won, which is huge because the artist got. Actually, there weren't any really supporting actors in The Artist, but anyway. Yeah, exactly. So that guy, as well as one that I can think of that's making a comeback is Betty White.
She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but until recently, when they got like her to do like a hosting thing or something
Saturday Night Live,
for Saturday Night Live or something like that, she was like, people were like, "Who's Betty White?" And now she's like, got her own TV show. She does commercials. She does
2 TV shows.
Actually, she did the Snickers commercial, right? That's what happened, right?
Yeah, that's what it was.
She did the
Snickers commercial, and then it became Saturday Night Live, and then it became a TV show, and
Hot
then it became another TV show.
What other show is she on now?
She's on a show where she's like a Ashton Kutcher type prankster.
What?
Nice.
That's
Nice.
so awesome. That's so great. She's like a 90-year-old woman who just does the craziest stuff.
Well, how
I think
about
it's awesome that she's doing that.
Alan Rickman didn't start acting until he was past acting on movies and stuff until he was past 40.
Yeah.
Die Hard was his first movie.
Wow.
Wow,
and he was already pretty high up there about that time. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
He never gave up at it, and he just, finally made it big with a movie.
Yeah.
Where a British guy playing a German guy. But, I don't know. I think it's too hard for, it's too hard for someone who's been in acting for too long to just give it up. You know what I mean? Forever.
Sean Connery gave it up forever.
Who else?
Hugh Grant.
The only person I could think of was Sean Connery.
Hugh Grant. he kind of retired.
Did he?
Yeah.
He just did a voice
He's
for
not old though.
Pirates.
Yeah, but he's in semi-retirement, so he only do things if you pay him enough.
He couldn't have got paid that much for the Pirates Band of Misfits.
Of course he can. What do you mean? That movie made a lot of money, or cost a lot of money to make, or something. Cost $55 million to make. 50 of that probably went to Hugh Grant.
Claymation. But like, I think it's like the draw to be an actor and get paid for doing something that's pretty easy for those guys because they've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
It's just too hard to be like, you know what, I'm not going to do it anymore. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, does he need to go back to acting? Probably not.
He probably does now that he's getting divorced.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Maria Shriver.
Some of that's going to go towards alimony, so it's not like.
Yeah.
Do you think Maria Shriver? I guess Maria Shriver, just out of being vindictive, just be like, you cheated on me, I'm going to take all your worth, I guess. Because she's already rich. She already has money.
True.
So maybe
But
she's
still,
nice.
Who are we to decide when we know absolutely nothing about their financial?
That's true. You don't know. I mean,
acquisitions
yeah.
Some people just never stopped acting. It's just you don't expect them to do the same roles that they were doing when they were younger. Like Bruce Willis is still doing John McClane, and I don't think people expected him to keep.
That's
doing
true.
That role,
John McClane 5 is coming soon.
Or even Harrison Ford has not stopped acting, but he came back and did another Indiana Jones, which I don't think people really expected him to do.
That's true. Next, Gene Hackman, French Connection 5. No?
There was a French Connection 2.
And it was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
It was awful. Yeah, I just thought that was an interesting little thing that we could talk about because it was cool because like you see a lot of these, especially this year. You know, Gary Oldman finally got a Best Actor nod, and Christopher Plummer finally got at least nominated for an Oscar at any point. And then just talking about, wow, Betty White, you're crazy. You've gone through. You were gone for a while, and now you're back, and things like that.
I think it's awesome that she's back because
absolutely.
It goes to show that you might be a senior, but that doesn't mean that you can't work and have fun.
Exactly. And then even like the Expendables, right? Because they're bringing out all these guys back that were just gone for years and years, and then
I'm kind of hoping that they would have had like outtakes where they're saying, "We're getting too old for this, man."
Yeah, I think. Well, I think Sylvester Stallone broke his. He separated his shoulder or something like that.
Oh,
for the movie, I think he was shooting this movie or this other movie that he was doing. So he's definitely getting old. Another one like Mickey Rourke, he kind of went away for a while and then he came back doing Sin City, and then after that he exploded. He got a whole bunch of movies, stuff, things like that. So
Christopher Lee came back and did Lord of the Rings. I loved his role in that.
yeah, and then he did another trilogy, right? He also did Star Wars. So.
Yeah.
He was only in 2 of them, though, right?
That was cool. That was really cool.
Oh, he wasn't in the third one?
No, he died in the second
No,
one.
he died in the second. He was only in that the second.
Shows you how much I pay attention to that. Yeah, okay, so he was in a duology.
A duology.
I don't know.
That's a sequel.
What do you call it when it's 2 movies? A duology.
I don't know.
Yeah, a duology.
Disappointment?
A disappointment.
All right, well.
Do you think it didn't argue to be in the third movie?
Supporting a character that died in one of the movies, so he only got to be in 2.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, with that, I think that is a great time
You've been listening to ScreenView. ScreenView is a radio-free Cybertron production.
There we go. That's a good place for us to end ScreenView episode 23. So for John Denny, Amy Morgan, I am Peter Van. We will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Join our Facebook fan page at facebook.com/TFRadio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, TF Radio Network. Have a question or comment? Leave it on our Facebook fan page or mail it to contact@tfradio.net. Copyright 2011, Radio Free Cybertron.
Making fun of me.
That actually gets put on the outtakes, isn't it?
Right, yeah.
No, you're definitely on the video.
Okay.